Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Aries, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want to say thank you quickly to those of you who have subscribed to my channel and encourage those of you who haven't to do that now. So, and on my Facebook page, if you've come across me on all these videos on Facebook too. So feel welcome to like and follow me on there, but also I just want to say feel free to share this video, this post as well. It would be really I'd be really grateful and appreciative of that. So, and also feel free to leave a comment or a like or a, or whatever, a thumbs up, whichever platform you're watching on. So the other thing is I just want to quickly say too is that I am available to take for readings and take bookings for readings and or healing, shifting energies and energy shifting, like chakra balancing and that sort of thing. I do my own blend, so of the many different modalities that I have learned over the years. So it's not just one thing, is it? It's kind of like it doesn't work like that with me, and as it doesn't work like that with a lot of others. So they may, there's spiritual or energetic healing, whichever way you call it for you, which helps you to navigate, move or shift in whatever way you assist that in what you moving or journeying through with is now. Okay, so they're just using different words to describe how, for different people out there that might more resonate with different words with what is going on with them, okay, and how you see things and that sort of thing. So excuse the big crash there. I just moved my laptop back and forgot that actually I've pushed over the board. Yeah, never mind. It's not a biggie, you could say. So there may be something like that where you have, okay, because I'm just like, you might have pushed something and like broken something, or felt like you've broken something, or you might have pushed past a barrier or not pushing past a barrier, or you might have moved something like physically out without, fully thinking about it or being aware or in the moment and that sort of thing. So it's kind of, and maybe you're feeling a little bit puzzled about that. So I'm sitting on a different angle until I can, and just finding different angles where I can, until I get another device to hold the camera up so it can show the cards as well. So there's a few things that I'm trialing out soon, and things are changing. So there may be that sort of thing that's going on, that you're trialing out things, and it's like things, and which means that, things are moving, and it might be like literally in that way, or maybe, things are moving energetically as you are decluttering, with some of the decluttering that you've been doing over the last month or two, might be the last year or two, might be the last decade or two. And it was whatever it is for you, it's like there's something moving anyway that's clearing out. So the cards are really coming out quite quickly. So anyway, I just need to go back to my introduction as usual. And Spirit are talking about, just reminding you of, that these reads are general reads. So they may or may not resonate with you, the messages that come through. So, if they do, wonderful. If they don't, then don't, try and make it fit, because it may be more of a forecast for you than an in the moment one, or, it depends, or something, like I say, it might be for more of a forecast that something is coming up. So there may be a lot of like interruptive, energy that's going on, and it may be like, you might be, that's kind of like stop-start sort of energy in what you're thinking or what you're trying to say. But Spirit are just saying, like, there may be, and it's just like calming, being, centering yourself, taking a breath and stilling yourself, your mind, But I feel like it's get your, stopping and stilling yourself, your body, so you're, and, as with your mind, okay? oh my God, there's a lot that's in there that you want to say, that you haven't been saying, or there's some of you, there's a lot there that you have been saying that you, to yourself, but not really getting it out there. And some of you that you have been trying to say something, or have been saying it, but with closed ears, listening or hearing. So, so I feel like, because, as always, this goes back to ourselves. I feel like for some of you, it's, yes, some people aren't hearing what you're saying, and some people are. So the ones that are, with this, it's kind of interesting because it's what I'm hearing, which is what I was talking about in the beginning when they mentioned about like saying usually different ways to explain yourself or to share the knowledge or to, and it may be that needs to look at it rather than somebody else is not listening as such because you're not using the right or the best possible words or phrases, energy, response in order to get across the message across to that person. And so they are wanting, or they actually are, so that they are taking notice of it. And I do feel like for some of you, a good majority of, people are taking notice. It was just that they're not responding to you in the way that you think they should respond, or could respond. So it's kind of like this, this is about looking back at yourself. It's about what is going on there for you, okay, at the end of the day. So in the beginning of the day, they're saying, so, yeah. So anyway, so if you don't know, if it doesn't, don't try and make it fit, okay? The other thing is if you, if it doesn't make sense too, and, and if it does make sense even, you might want to check out what your other signs are, okay? Because this reading is for Aries, whether you're watching for whether Aries is in your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign. So, and what I mean by that, there are different signs that we are connected to energetically, astrological signs. So if you don't know what they are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a calculator in there, which is free, and it will work it out for you. So you can have a little read about, the other signs that you are connected to. And, and things, kind of might make a little bit more sense to you, not just with the reading, but with, in life in general as well. The other thing is, where are they going with that? I think I've actually already said that. So anyway, that's cool. We're going to get going. So it's like, okay, it's like taking a breath, stilling and regrouping. And there's no shame in that, and there's there's no fame in it, but there's like, so they're not just saying, just be, don't overthink or overview things. It's like, because there's a lot of this like shaming, blaming sort of stuff within yourself. It's like, oh, what will people think? And that's what they mean by that, by no shame and no blame and what have you, yourself. Okay. So anyway, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the first card out. So, so I'm using my trusty tarot deck card and the angel deck today, decks today. So the Knight of Swords is the next one out, and then we have the Magician on the top row. So I'm doing 3 cards across, 3 down, okay? 3 rows down. So this is where I'm big God for you beautiful Arians today. And so, okay, the 10 of Pentacles. So something is, there's something about, some family stuff coming together for you, or this is what you would like to do, or this is where the goal is then. So there may be some, like the 10 of Pentacles, or there's something that's coming to an end of, like working towards like bringing like this energy together with the family stuff. Because this is like the passing of positive traditions and stuff. So it could be something to do with wills and things like that. There may have been a great big, bit of a raru going on, or a bit of like negative energy, going on within family, the family dynamics, whether it be like your immediate family or your extended family or whatever is going on there. So there may be something that's coming to an end, and it's like, is because I'm just seeing that for some of you. So there's a passing of positive traditions, okay, that's coming through. So it may have been like not so good for some of you, and some of others of you, you might have had a really good experience in it, but with it. So because I'm seeing the pentacles, I'm not just seeing them as, as money or financial, but there is a big part of that for some of you, okay? That some things have been sorted out. Some of you, I feel like there is still some sorting out, but it's like for you, there may be something, but I'm just hearing this is like not just about the financial side, but energetically, the in the energy that you've put into it, there's something more that you're seeing and you're feeling or sensing more with this, and it's feeling more grounded with you, okay? So then we have the Knight of Swords. So it's interesting that should come after it. So it's just clarifying. I feel like there's something new or a change, which is welcome, that, might be disruptive in the way that you're thinking and doing things, because it might push you out of your comfort zone about what you're hearing, or what is coming to you, or what you're wanting to or needing to communicate. And that sort of thing, because that's what, the Swords is about. It's about communication, but it's also about, and it will help you make your mind up about making a decision as well. So there's something about that, and, in asserting your power through actually speaking up and doing something that gets to this point of, clarification or ending, okay? And ending is going into and shifting into a new cycle. So it's interesting that, as you're shifting into this new cycle, that the Knight of Swords comes in, because, the page is usually after the 10 and then the Knight. So, so there's something, that you're moving through or shifting through, beautiful in that sort of way, which allows you to, to see more, clearer about how you can make things happen, okay, in your own life, but also not just in your own life, but in your wider community, or within your family dynamics, with whatever is going on there, but also or it could be around in the wider family, or it could be something that you may be going into politics or politician, that something's changed there. Because for some of you, I'm hearing politician, and something to do with, making something move, a difference in the world. That's for, and it's maybe something that's outside of your comfort zone, which is kind of where this might be going for some of you. It's like you may be in a new family that's going, that shares different values, and to your own family, because it may be that you've finally realized that maybe your own family, or that part of that family you may have called your family, is not really your family, or does not display the family views, or or feelings, or values, not just views but values, that you are looking for, okay? And you may have outgrown them, and it may be that you thought you were in the right place and you figured some stuff out, and it's like, and and it's just it's kind of like there's an interesting, so whatever it is for you, it's like, ka mau te wehi, awesome, whatever it is, it's like there's a learning and there's a movement, so which allows you to see more different opportunities as you're moving through this, because there's a shift in your mind and the way you're doing things. So then we have the Ten of Swords. Oh, that's interesting, because the Ten of Swords is underneath the Ten of Pentacles. So, and there's the end of a situation or phase. So definitely something coming there is coming to an end. It's like you're starting to, because you've seen this in that third, in that way, you're moving into, because this beautiful energy is showing of what you can do is really, and the second row is like, yep, you're cutting through something, or you've allowed something to come to an end, okay? And then we have the Knight. We have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So there may be a theme about, holding on too tightly to money or to coins or energy, okay? But then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is showing, you that, progress is slow but steady. So I'm also feeling that not necessarily is that in a monetary way or a financial way, but it could be like, this goes across the board. So just keeping your mind open that, it could be career, it could be a project that you're doing that may be bringing in a bit of income, or and it could be like for a community project or whatever that is that you or a voluntary group that you're connected to, that you're seeing more of a change or progress. But a lot of you, I feel like this has obviously got to do with you and how you are dealing with things, but A lot of you, I'm feeling it really quite close to the heart, and you're seeing that progress is slow but steady. And with this Four of Pentacles, but it means because you, and it means then, because the Four of Pentacles, it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, we got to spend a little money to make a little money. And so there's, whether you're in either one of those areas of what we've just talked about, it's, you know, like I said, don't make a fit. You know, you'll be able to figure it out for yourself. So, but there's some sort of movement. So they're just saying, you know, just to be, you know, and it may be that you're needing to open the purse strings a little bit too, and to see that. But there's something they're showing you that something is happening, or something shows up to show you that something is happening, and then you may be able to open the purse strings a little bit more, open, which could be your mind a little bit more, to help, like, or energetically to. No, actually, you know, you got this little bit of evidence, or this little bit of proof that, yep, you're starting to see the seeds that you've planted, you've sown, grow. Okay, so then we have the Three of Cups. So there's some sort of celebration that's coming up there. So, and you know, with the cups, it's about, you know, emotions and feelings. So it's like you're feeling a little more, you know, at peace and relief and excitement, and yes, you know, you've nailed this, that sort of energy that's coming through. And I'm just wondering, like, yep, I've got this, and it's like you're clearing away all these other bits and pieces of cobwebs and stuff that, you know, and negative thoughts that you've had before, and self-doubt and that sort of thing that's going on. And but it's like there's something you achieve there, and it's it's better just say and celebrate it. It's celebrational is where they were going to go with that. So, and then there's something else that comes up for you in this last row, where the initial completion of work with the Three of Pentacles. So they're just showing you, like, you know, there is, like, you know, with, even though there's some stuff that's going on in the background, there's some other stuff that's going on as well that's, you know, that's moving. And some of you, it will be that, and, you know, that as well. But some of you, it may be more the focus is on, you know, what is going on around you. But they're just saying that's like, yeah, they're showing you that there is something there with the Three of Pentacles, that something is, you know, there's an initial completion of work, okay? Like there's something that's happening, which actually, because he's the Fool, and, you know, and the Fool is about, you know, there's an, you know, that urge to, you know, take a leap of faith, basically. But there's that cautiousness about it. So I just feel like that's the, because that's what I'm getting with the Fool, because it's, you know, it is about a leap of faith, and sometimes it's about, you know, yep, okay, we go and do this, but it doesn't, you know, it's not just jumping in blindly is what I'm hearing. It's like, which is what you didn't do. So they're just saying, or you didn't do fully, and which is where they were going with all this stuff here. It's like you're getting this proof now that actually, you know, you took a leap of faith, you took a step into something, into the unknown, but things are showing up for you now that's, you know, that actually, you know, I think I'm, you know, I could take another leap of faith, but, and there's a sense of cautiousness, yes, with this, as well. And it's like, but you are lining up things. So some of you, I think, are more ready, or get the feeling, you know, where you're thinking you're more ready to make another move, or another, and some of you, it might be a big leap of faith, and you've got because you've got your ducks lined up in a row, you've sorted out stuff in on the sideline here, and you're able to, you know, feeling like you're able to move forward a bit more. So, but you've taken precautions as to, or you've been cautious about it, but it's like you've set yourself up ready to go for that. But now that you're seeing this, it's kind of like this. Yeah, okay, I'm ready to move, take the next step. And then we have the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So there's something about emotional new beginnings. You know, and because they're talking about your creativity there, because that's what, and intuition with the cups, because that's what it is about as well. And you like, it's like you're moving more. It's kind of like, in a way, an emotional thing, because it's like you're feeling like, yes, I'm feeling more in tune with myself, and because I've been listening to myself and understanding my intuition. So there's that sort of sense that comes up with it, and because you have the, you know, the High Priestess that's there, and she's about secrets revealed and mysteries uncovered, and she brings in, you know, that sort of energy, and she's connected with the moon, so as well. So that sort of energy is like really cool, and that I feel like, you know, it's like, that's why the cups is there as well, because it's like she's about intuition as well. And you know, and discerning what is intuition and what is not my intuition and that. So, but I feel like there's this one here, it's more of exuberant sort of a feeling, and a more of a little, you know, and a bit of relief, but you know, and there's that sense of achievement, and it's like that sense of, wow, you know, in that sense, I'm so glad I listened to myself, you know, sort of feeling. And you know, and it's like, and you've felt this feeling before, so that's why it's like, and you've crossed some hurdles, you've jumped some hurdles, and you've crossed some, you know, some barriers in that, so for yourself. So the High Priestess, you know, gets us, and you know, she is intuitive, and she, like I say, she is connected to the moon, and she is, and helps us to unravel, which was what the moon does, the energy of the moon. It shakes us up and spits us out with the energy sometimes, but it also flows through us, but it uncovers stuff. It helps us to uncover stuff about ourselves, whether it be good or not so good. So you define it for you, but sometimes, you know, like I look at, you know, either way, with the stuff that I don't, you know, that has come up, that is uncomfortable, is actually good. Okay, so, and I feel like some of you are getting to that point, you know. I'm so glad that I learned that about myself, because I uncovered something, I discovered something about me that you know, that wasn't quite working right, and I know how that was linked to how I got to where I was. And now you've had that shift, you've seen it, and so it's like there's something new you've learned about, and that's what the moon cycle does. It can, you know, it can rock our boat, and you can, but when we get it, the next, like, we, and depending which planets are aligned up with it, it's like, it could be a rough ride, but it could also be a smooth ride. So the rough ride is usually, I love the rough rides. At first, of course, you know, I didn't really like them, but I love the rough ride because I see what happens at the end of it when I get through it, and that is more of me that's coming through, okay, in that way. So awesome. And then we're going to go to the angels. I just want to have the final word, all words actually. So we have the collective of angels here with messages that's coming through. Okay, trust. Okay, so I feel like that's where the High Priestess is talking about too, is trust. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. Some of you, there is a mother that's come through there. So whether that mother is like here in the now, or mother in the in the afterlife, you know, you'll know what they're meaning. But it's like, I feel like for some of them they're saying hello, some of them are saying visit your father, some of them are saying visit me, and some of them are saying get your butt into gear. So some of them are, your father is saying, you know, go and see your mother. Okay, get in touch with your mother, and they're just saying trust, and there's a trust issue there as well. So with that, because it's got mother, trust, and then I've got trust first. Roses, okay, smell the roses. Wake up and smell the roses, I'm hearing with that one. Travel. So some of you may be traveling with whatever you're doing with your work, okay, not necessarily overseas. And for some of you, it won't be out of state or out of the province that you're in, but there's some sort of travel, and around it may be just traveling in your own country, okay, in your area, but it's getting out and travel. There's travel coming, but there is travel in the future, so it's like not looking that out. I'm also hearing like some of you is maybe doing astral travel as well. So and yeah, okay, travel in that way. Okay, cool. Creativity. So this is about using your creativity and how you can move or shift and gather what it is that you need to gather, you know, for your movement, for you. Okay, so now we have Archangel Michael, who is popping in to share a message or two or three. We'll see how it comes out. So there could be something going on there because of two, or, you know, one, two, or three, one or two or three. So coming in for you. So I just wanted to turn the deck around. So there's this one here. Okay, thank you. Gratitude. Please. Namaste. So use your manners with yourself too. So often we can put ourselves down, and sometimes and when I say put ourselves down, I'm actually there's that too for some of you, but I'm feeling more actually this is about being, you know, thankful for saying thank you to you for the things that you have done, you have listened to yourself for. Because I feel like even though there are some things, you know, and this is where the celebration comes through as well, it's about you acknowledging yourself and saying thank you, and, you know, and for the energy that you've put in, for the decisions that you've made, the hurdles that you've, you know, that you at once upon a time you saw as the hurdle, which was actually you walked right over it, or you walked right through it. You found the love and you did it anyway. You felt the fear and you did it anyway. You know, you found and you overcame it in whatever way that it was. And with the fear side of things, you turned it around, and it actually wasn't that bad after all, was it? So, and the more we do that, the more we grow. Okay, and depression is a fear of the past. Anxiety is a fear of the future. So it's like, you know, this is what they're talking about. You know, like in acknowledging yourself because you've walked through that, you know, and because, you know, and that is often what will hold us up, but they're acknowledging you for that, okay? Well, you're acknowledging you for that, he is, okay? Knowing that you surrounded, you know, and protected, so, you know, by them and by him, with his energy around. So call him in, have a chit chat. He's just letting you know, yep, you've obviously been doing some work and you've listened, and he's seen it. So people come and go in our lives. Let them and yourself enjoy the journey. So sometimes we do need to let go of people or things or ways or attitudes and that. So which I think we talked about earlier in the beginning there, and moving on our own way. And it's not so much like you're pushing them away. This is not about that. This is about you just getting on and doing what you need to do. If they you know, and you know, sometimes, okay, there is Spirit is saying, you know, it's not so much, there kind of is not a need, I don't want to say need, but sometimes there is an action of pushing people away, and it might feel like that, but actually, in some of you might be feeling that I've pushed that away, or somebody should stop pushing them away, and sometimes, yes, we do, depending on what is going on, and we do subconsciously and sometimes consciously do it because we're afraid of what might happen or what might not happen, blah, blah, blah. But once again, they're talking about going into here. But I'm just hearing, and if they're meant to come back, they will come back. But if you're letting go, and there's a releasing on another way of, you know, letting go, as in, like, some will see it, that's where they go, some will see it as pushing them away. And sometimes, yes, we may do that, and it may seem like that, but actually it's not, you're releasing, okay? So there's 2 or 3, or, you know, scenarios going on there, and you'll know which one you fit in for you, okay? But I just say don't overthink it, and I'd like let the love come through and help you to suss that out, or sort that out, or you know, help you to discern it as well, okay? Because there is that saying, you know, sometimes we need to let people go, and if they're meant to come back, they will, okay? And we're just getting on with what we need to do, because it's like, you know, this is about you working with yourself, okay? And healing yourself as well. And on the way, when we're doing that, we end up unbeknowingly healing others, or, you know, if they're along for the journey, or if they see what you need to be, you know, what they see, and they learn from you, okay? Anyway, we're going to leave it there. So lots of love from myself, my guides and helpers, my spiritual team, the Zions and the angels. We leave you with lots of, and the energy of Aries. We leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, prosperity and abundance. Okay, bye for now. We'll see you next week.